How's it going, guys? I'm Vivi and welcome back to some Kingdom Hearts. Now, didn't we all have high hopes for Kingdom Hearts Key back cover? Weren't we all expecting a bunch of questions to get answered? Well, maybe that's just me thinking that way, but overall, nothing much was shown in back cover. Nothing major happened. What was the point of back cover? What did it add to the story? Well, if you guys have played Kingdom Hearts Key or Unchained Key, if we compare back cover to those versions, back cover pretty much has a story which is told from the Foretellers' perspectives. There's one thing I enjoyed about back cover. It's how they showed the Master of Masters giving each Foreteller a specific role. There's one cool little detail I liked. It's the cases. Case of Lushu, case of Gula, case of Ava, their names carved on the shelves, their names on books. Okay, but how does that change anything? What does it add to the story? Like I just said, guys, it's just a little cool detail I liked. Sure, it didn't really add anything nor make the story any better, but I liked how it introduced us to the scene in which the Master of Masters was about to assign a role to the Foreteller. All these scenes did in back cover is pretty much show off their personalities a bit more. Now, we did see a lot of their personalities in back cover. They were talking the whole time. That's what we got out of back cover. But it was nice to see the Foretellers talking to the Master of Masters, simply to see how they think when they're not with the others. Anyways, each Foreteller was given a role, right? Ava, the Vulpes Union. Her role was to come up with her own organization, to move to the outside world and to make sure that the light was kept alive. Ira, Unicornus. He was the leader of the Foretellers. As for Aced, the Ursus Union, if something went wrong, if the leader messed up, he would take his place. As for Gula, Leopardus, he was given the missing page. The page that was missing from all of their copies. And what was on that missing page was the traitor. Now, it didn't reveal that much information. Anyways, Gula's role was to simply try and find the traitor. Lastly, Envy, the Anguis Union. Her role was to simply keep an eye on everything. Everything she saw, she told Ira, and that kinda frustrated Aced at one point. I mean, since her role was to keep an eye on everything, to make sure that everyone was following the Master's teachings, Aced kinda got angry about that. He was trying to form this alliance. Since it was against the Master's wishes, she told Gula to put an end to it. Well, Gula had agreed with the alliance. Once Envy found out about that, she tried putting an end to it. Anyways, with that out of the way, did I enjoy back cover? I'm going to be honest, I was disappointed. Sure, it's a 1-hour movie we're talking about, but it could have explained a lot more things. Way before 2.8, I was expecting to see Scald, but eventually a list of the voice actors got released, and told myself, okay, if Scald's not part of back cover, maybe they might decide to do something else. Sure, we got Ephemera, no sorry, it's Ephemer, who befriended the player from another union. We just got a conversation with Ava at the fountain, nothing more. Okay, but isn't back cover a story told from the Foretellers' perspective? What's the point of having Ephemera? Yeah, but if not Ephemera, why not have a player at least say something? They were all silent. Yes, the story did focus on the Foretellers, but they could have said a word or two. Also, I wanted to see the battle that happens in the ending. Nothing was shown, not even a glimpse. All we got is Lushu leaving with the box which was given to him by the Master, and the area he was in is where the battle happened. How are we so sure? If you watch the cutscenes from Key, you know what I'm talking about. Now, some of you might ask, is this what happened to Daybreak Town? Did it turn into this deserted area? No one really knows, but I'm gonna stick with the idea that this place is a complete separate location. If you've seen cutscenes from Key, the battle hadn't started yet, and they were standing in the Keyblade graveyard. Unless something had happened way before, but we don't know. But I might be completely mistaken, guys. Anyways, guys, so far, does it sound like I'm complaining too much? Maybe, maybe not, but there's one thing I know for sure. My expectations were too high. What was even the point of back cover? So yeah, there's a traitor, and so we thought. What was the traitor even supposed to do? We don't know. Yes, Ira did talk about a traitor. He showed this nightmare Chirithy. There's this traitor among them, but that was it. The traitor was not revealed. Perhaps there's no traitor in back cover. Well, during the events of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, that's what I mean. Okay, so the traitor wasn't explained nor shown. Okay, we got the person who bears the sigil, but that's it. But I guess I was just expecting more. Back cover felt like the Foretellers simply had this huge conversation going on for an hour. But at the same same time, Square Enix wants to explore these ideas about the traitor in future games, perhaps Kingdom Hearts 3. Not saying that the Master of Masters will be in Kingdom Hearts 3, Nomura had explained that he will not be in Kingdom Hearts 3. But as for the idea about the traitor, maybe they might explore that a lot more in Kingdom Hearts 3. So in short, everything that happened in back cover was part of the Master's plan or intentions. Even Gula himself understood his plan eventually when he was given his role. This is what happened basically. Everyone forgets, deviates from their roles, and then make them think that there's a traitor among them. Now about this traitor, I know nothing much was revealed, but I think a tiny hint was given. I'll save that for another video. At one point, everything got out of control. Said he refused to follow the orders from the Master. He refused to follow the prophecy. And this caused a battle between Envy and Said. That's pretty much what we got when it comes to fighting scenes. The effects and everything during this fighting scene was pretty nice. Now eventually the four faced Said, but the fight scene was not shown. And I wanted to see it, but oh well, what are we gonna do? One little cool thing I've noticed, which has no importance whatsoever, are the rose petals on the water. There are 5 of them. Notice how they're separating from each other. It represents the Foretellers coming to a disagreement. Everything's not working out as it usually does. Anyways, that's just something I wanted to point out. What back cover did is give rise to a lot more questions. 1. The masks. Why wear them? Why hide the faces? It was not explained. Sure, Said was given the bear, this was during a cutscene. Yeah, we had Charity give us a small intro, but the masks. What's the point of covering the faces? What happens if the player sees their faces? Guys, tell me, am I the only one wondering about this? What is the point of the masks? Another thing that wasn't really explained. Is the Master of Masters a villain? Who knows? One might say yes, he does have some villainish ways. For example, he caused the Foretellers to go against each other. And yes, I do understand that in Kingdom Hearts Key, it was only explained that the Master of Masters suddenly disappeared, just like Luxu. But it's back cover we're talking about. We're not talking about Key or Unchained Key. I was expecting a little extra something when it came to the Master of Masters. Maybe some more behind the scenes kind of thing, like what he was actually planning. Sure, it does seem obvious that he wanted to make sure that the Keyblade War happened. I mean, leaving everyone behind, talking about this traitor. He knew that the Foretellers were going to argue. But other than that, I don't know, it just leaves us with more unanswered questions. Here's another one. Why does Luxu have a black robe unlike the others? Is Luxu a bad guy? I don't think so. His tone of voice when he was talking to the Master of Masters. What about the others? He sounded very innocent, he was worried. What was his role? His role was to just observe, to make sure that everything would go as planned. He wasn't given a Tome of Prophecy. This was clearly explained in the ending of Kingdom Hearts Key. The Master explained, once everything is over, he would leave and go to the future. To the future? Did he mention anything about the future? I'm just assuming, judging by what was mentioned in one of the cutscenes in Key. Move forward to the future written in those tomes. Now, according to the Master of Masters, Luxu succeeded in finding his apprentice and handing over the Keyblade. I mean, that's how the Book of Prophecies came to existence. And how is that possible? Because the Master of Masters' eye is in that Keyblade. I don't think he meant it literally, but that eye does gaze into the future. Anyways guys, as for voice acting, it was spot on. For the writing, it was pretty well done, no complaints. Now, my favorite character is the Master of Masters. He really has this Deadpoolish kind of vibe. And what I really liked about back cover is that Square Enix decided to go with a non-typical generic master. You know, with that serious voice, something we've heard before. I was laughing actually during the Master of Masters scenes. Ray Chase did an awesome job. He's the same voice actor as Noctis, and I would love to see the Master of Masters in future games. I'm sure he will appear, in some way, shape, or form. As for the visuals, I was impressed. Kingdom Hearts running on the Unreal Engine, Kingdom Hearts is going to look something like this. I liked it. For the music, what am I gonna say? It's Yoko Shimomura. Other than that guys, this is pretty much it for the review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, tell me what you think in the comment section below. What did you like and what did you dislike about back cover? Were you expecting a lot more stuff? Were your expectations too high basically? Were you expecting to see the Keyblade War, for example? Leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, and if I were to rate back cover on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess I would go with 7 on 10. With that being said guys, I've been Vivi, and thanks for watching.